Time to check in with our lizard overlords. What are they up to? Well, this.
Is this the worst hour now?
Are we done our first hour?
Yeah, we're into our worst hour now.
Keep your expectations of this episode low. Starting the worst hour now, I feel like we've crossed into maybe not great content hour.
Welcome to our worst hour.
I don't know if there's much that I can say I'm not proud of. There's sometimes when I wish I had more of a backbone. I had mentioned this to anyone other than you guys, but that time when the fucking electrician asked to be paid in cash, which I think, looking back on it, the more I think about it, is the most absolutely fucking ridiculous thing you could ever ask someone. If there's a contractor out there that asks the clients to pay them in cash, I think you should be out of fucking business right now. It's one thing if the client offers to pay you in cash, which I still wouldn't accept, but it's the client who made the offer. But if you are propositioning your clients to pay you in cash, fuck right off. You deserve everything that's coming for you when you get caught.
Yes.
It's twice this year that I've been asked by other contractors to be paid in cash. After the fact.
I can't even, after the fact, that's terrible. I can't think of any time that any contractor asked me to pay them in cash.
Yeah. I think that's just the sleaziest fucking thing. And I get it, you want to save your tax money or whatever, but it's a fucking slippery slope, man.
Well, also, if some of these people that are probably sourcing out to get paid in cash are people that have pre-existing government issues.
Yeah.
So if you know you have a pre-existing government issue, then I think that would be something that you should bring up before you do the work.
Yeah.
Because like I was talking about, holding people hostage over extras.
Yeah.
If you do a whole bunch of work without telling someone the parameters of the payment terms, and then at the end switch the terms from what the average person would believe to be the contractual obligation to something like that, you're holding that person hostage now.
Well, yes and no. I mean, the power is always with the money holder. I could not have paid him at all, right?
Yeah.
Until he produced an invoice, which is maybe what I should have done.
Potentially.
Yeah. But I just think if you're asking your clients for cash, that's trouble. It's not good business, first off. So.
No, it's terrible business. It's certainly not the sign of running a solid business.
No. So now what do I do with the amount that I paid him in cash? Well, like it or not, I printed that text message thread, and that's gonna go in the slip to go to Connie. So whenever the government says, where did this money come out of the account and go to? Say to this guy, this is his number, this is his invoice. Go pound on his door now. Not my fault, guys,
Go pound on this guy's fucking door, bitches.
Yeah. I don't know. What else do you do? Trying to run a legitimate business here.
What if a contractor or somebody says, I can do it for this, or I can save you the tax and do it for this cash?
I'm a contractor. You don't save me anything by doing it in cash. It's a write-off. If you do it for full book value, I can claim the whole thing.
Is that similar to the contractor that just says this amount in cash?
I don't want to pay someone in cash because I'm looking to defer my HST off other things, especially if it's right. If I pay someone in cash, I didn't defer the HST from whatever that
But do you look at that contractor the same way Chad looks at the electrician? Or as we all look at the electrician?
If that were the deal that I knew I was getting, I would have found another electrician. Right? Like that's a red flag to me. Cash
I asked this because the last mechanic I went to said that to me. But that's not the same as saying this much, but I asked for it in cash. It's a little bit
Did he
different.
ask you before he did the work or after he
No,
did the work?
after. Didn't ask cash. He said this amount plus tax, or I can do this much in cash.
for your work truck?
No, this is my wife's car.
Hopefully you're not trying to defer HST then.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
Like, if it's your wife's car, then and it's not coming out of your business money, then that's maybe a different situation.
But do you see what I mean? This is a slippery slope. If he's going around asking people, like you're some random guy who brought his car in there, and he's asking for a cash. He
Could have been a CRA agent.
Yeah, he doesn't know who you are.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that you're broadcasting this to at least 5 people on a podcast.
This mechanic was located at.
Yeah. Yeah.
It frustrates me with that scenario too. That's one of the reasons I got rid of the many bin broker guys. Because all those guys are, I'm like, I don't need $400 in cash. Like, I don't. You know where I need $400 in my bank account? Plus HST. Like, that's where I need $400. $400 cash doesn't help me pay for fuel or pay Cody or pay fucking any of the, like, it doesn't help me at all. I could fucking care less about it. It makes no difference in my fucking life.
Yeah.
If anything, I have to chase you around if I want to get paid that way. And I fucking hate chasing people around. So I like people that want to e-transfer me and not pay tax because they're e-transferring.
Oh, yeah, we've had
Like,
that.
what are you, like, fucking stupid? I'm going to e-transfer this in a completely traceable way online. I don't even, so again, I don't know how e-transfers work because that's outside my realm of knowledge. But I'm assuming there's some kind of tracking system with money moving from one bank to another electronically.
As someone who's been audited, I will tell you, they go through every single e-transfer.
Yeah. Like,
and Facebook Marketplace sale.
And yeah. 100%.
I was with a guy this week, and he was talking about how he had a similar situation to you, and he got at the end of it, he got a bill for $88,000, and then his accountant fought it, and they came back and said, "Yeah, we're sorry, that was our mistake. You don't owe us anything."
No way.
What?
Yeah. But he's out 10 grand in accounting fees to fight this fucking shit. And they made the mistake. And he said 2 people showed up at his office. Neither of them spoke any English, and then handed him a bill for 88 grand.
No way.
From the government. Yeah.
Wow.
That would piss me off.
Yeah. And he was
I'm sure he was pissed.
Well, I guess owing 10 grand is better than owing 88 grand. But still, the whole thing was just a big waste of fucking time. Which, if you're going to function as a business, I mean, I can't imagine the amount of people that are going to get fucked by this GST, HST, whatever it is, holiday that fucking Justin Trudeau's throwing.
Yeah.
Because you're changing all your computer systems and all this shit, like.
It was the most half-assed thing to just like announce that all of a sudden.
Yeah. Well, he put out election ads yesterday.
Oh.
Saying he's the only one that can save the country from the policies that Pierre Poilievre has that have destroyed the housing market. Like, you've been in power for 9 years, bro. No one has put any policies in place for 9 years except for you. Like, you're not saving anyone, but I guess he's going to run. I guess he's not resigning.
Wow.
Good. Let some Let him get mopped across the floor.
Yeah.
Did you see that girl who caught up with him in BC and told him to get the
Yeah.
fuck out of BC?
Yeah. So that.
You know that you're a joke when your security will let people get that close to you with a phone on your holiday.
I saw people though saying that, you know, if you watch the video, because there's always going to be a bunch of like supporters of his. So if you watch the video, he walks towards her smiling because he's always happy to meet Canadians. And I'm going to guess he obviously has an assumption that all women love him, right? His ego would dictate that all, and if someone is approaching him to speak to him, statistically, he's better off if it's a woman than a man to run into someone who's going to yell at him and tell him to get the fuck out of the country or whatever she said to him. So for him, it could have been an interaction he legitimately thought was going to go well.
He's delusional.
Well, yes, 100%. But if you saw a woman coming at you and you're him, he assumes that all women worship the ground he walks on because he has colorful socks. And that would be his best chance at having a positive interaction that would get posted. Now, obviously, it went the other way.
Perfect.
I've also seen a bunch of rebuttal online saying that the guy's the prime minister of the country. You shouldn't be yelling and screaming at him like that, no matter what he's doing.
I think if you're the prime minister of a country, you should have thick enough skin to be able to take it.
Well, he didn't get I haven't seen the end of the video, though. Did he get upset with her? Or?
No.
Yeah, so he took it.
Yeah. But I wouldn't pity him for taking it, for being talked to like that. I don't pity the guy.
I think that, when your country's reached a point where that's where how people are speaking to, in theory, the leader of the entire country, which should be a well-respected position, that you've gone awry somewhere as a person, as a leader of the country, somewhere you've fucked that up. Especially in Canada, where, if you think about where Canada was before he took power, and really think about 9 years ago, if you had seen a fuck Harper sticker on a vehicle, you would have thought that was bizarre, like really outrageous, just in Canadian society and how we behave as a society 9 years ago. You would have thought, wow, that person's really a fucking scumbag, or that person's, but everywhere you go now, 9 years later, he has created a society where flying fuck Trudeau flags off your car is a more than accepted part of society, which is wild because there's no way that any of that shit 9 years ago would have played.
Yeah. We're following a trend of American politics, though, right? Where the sides are more divided and people talk more crudely about each other.
Yes, I agree. There's been some, the behavior in the House of Parliament is not particularly acceptable if you watch any clips from that stuff.
Apparently those are all meant to be for social media anyways. Apparently that's just like a show that they put on to try to get as many views. It used to be for the media, but nowadays it's for social media.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't get anything done.
They don't answer any questions.
Yeah, they're just like a rip session of them just going back and forth.
Yeah. No one ever answers any questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although the Maserati Marxist was a good comment. I like that. That was to Jagmeet Singh.
Who said that?
Pierre Polyev. He's like the Maserati Marxists over there. that cracks me up.
Apparently, he hasn't posted anything since before Christmas, and he's vaporized. And his wife posted Merry Christmas from her and their kids, but didn't include him.
So I saw a deep fake of him and his kid wishing everybody a happy holidays, but the kid had a deep fake of Justin Trudeau. And it was like it was a voiceover just talking about, like, I don't know, just making fun of him and stuff. It was good.
Those deepfakes are getting pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
we got trouble coming.
You got to question everything you see
Like,
nowadays.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah.
AI, baby.
You won't know who's running your mastermind.
Speaking of mastermind, PK, tomorrow's the last day for 25% off.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll sign up. I thought about going to the mastermind. It's crossed my mind this week that maybe I should go to the mastermind and check it out, and maybe I'll pick up a thing or two about the mastermind or from the mastermind. I don't know, man. It's a long way to drive, though. Yeah, and it's 2 days. I don't do well in a classroom setting. Are you going to the mastermind?
If you guarantee me that you're gonna go,
What if it snows, though?
yeah, I know that's the problem too.
Like I don't think what day is the mastermind?
I think it's the Monday, Tuesday, 20th and 21st, I think.
The forecast isn't going to go that far, man.
No.
It goes 14 days. Let's see. It goes to the 13th. It's -8. It's calling for like 1 centimeter of snow every night.
Wow.
Basically, every night is calling for 1 centimeter of snow the whole night.
I don't know why none of the mastermind influencers come up to Canada.
I don't know. Why are none of them coming up?
They're not listed anywhere. I think Brian Fullerton was listed when they first announced that, but it got taken down.
Maybe they couldn't get across the border for the mastermind. I don't know.
Do you think they have to show qualifications whenever they say they're coming up to head a mastermind event?
Actually, I was talking to Frank Bork at H&A, and he said that he had a problem one year coming down to H&A because he does some sort of hardscape show, and he got held up at the border for 3 days or something, and he had to pay a bunch of money to be able to prove something, and it was a big mix-up there. Because he's essentially going over and getting paid, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because he's not allowed to work in that. Like, you can go across the border to a work event.
But he had the paperwork. He had the visa and everything to be able to do it, and they still held him up. Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
He should have just gone to Mexico and come across. They don't hold him up at the border there.
Yeah.
They will after the 20th, but they're not doing it currently. Currently, it's free reign. Yeah, I don't know. I'll make a decision by the end of tomorrow. I'll text you, Mike. If it's not snowing, I guess there's worse ways I could spend my time, potentially. I don't know for sure, though. Do you think that if we went there, anyone would acknowledge us there?
I don't know. Is our audience the type of audience that goes to masterminds? I don't know.
No idea.
I'm sure it's split down the half, 50-50.
What do you mean 50-50?
Like our audience. 50 of them would go to masterminds, 50 of them wouldn't.
Probably. That's definitely potentially
What more
true.
could they learn that they haven't already learned with us here?
So when you go to a mastermind, they're focused on becoming a leader of leaders. When you listen here, it's us talking about things we're embarrassed that we did with our business.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot that you can learn through transparency.
I have something that I'm embarrassed about. That just came to mind. I have a project that I did in 2019 where what is it? Those flagstone looking pavers?
Yeah,
From
Flagstone
who?
or Mega Arbel.
Permacon?
Permacon?
Arbel. Well, there's Rosabelle,
Rosebell.
Yeah, whatever.
Rosabelle and Arbel.
Well, I installed them improperly where they are like running in lines basically.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, instead of doing the
They
other
always,
way.
well, that's the only way to do that. Or that Rosabelle one, it's got to run in lines, I think.
Oh, does it? Okay, that makes me feel better.
The chicken and dogs.
Yeah, I
The
thought
chicken
that's
and
the way.
dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't do chickens and dogs?
Didn't do well, I just laid them in lines.
I think they look like they're in lines no matter what you do.
Oh, okay.
I'm not 100% sure though. This is what you're fucking embarrassed about?
Yeah, because I look back at that project and it was a nice project. It's actually the project that I did a wet cast wall for, where I had to separate
You
the
should be embarrassed
layers.
about
Yeah,
that.
I'd be embarrassed about the White Castle first.
The wall's a nice wall. It's just it was a pain because I had my employee back then separate them in piles of heights so that I could actually install the wall without having to grind it down and use shims and stuff.
Something like grinding a wet cast wall.
Yeah.
There's nothing more satisfying than the silica dust, breathing in the silica dust, grinding a wet cast wall. It's got a different flavor than dry cast cement. It's got a little bit more ting to it when you're grinding a wet cast wall. Would you install another wet cast wall, or was that the end for you?
That was the end for me. I think that was the only wet cast wall I've ever installed.
So even if a client came to you and said, I need this.
I have talked people out of it. And I've specifically said about the variances in height and that I'm happy to do it for you. But not only is the wall more expensive, but also my labor is going to be so much more expensive to install the wall. And this is why. So I have talked at least 5 clients out of doing wet cast walls.
Really?
Yeah.
So when you meet a client, are you taking them to do they go to the supplier and look and pick out materials, or are you just
Yes.
taking them catalogs?
I always give them that option. I always say, these are the products that I would recommend based on what you're telling me, but I'm more than happy to meet you at the supplier and we can look at, touch, taste any products that you want there. And I'll drive out samples to your house as well.
Is that when people pick wet cast? Because it is nice
Yes.
looking.
Yeah, that's when they see it and they're like, I like this one. And then I'll talk them out of it. I won't I mean, it's true what I'm saying, right? The white cast walls are more expensive and the labor cost in installing them is more expensive.
Oh yeah, that's a hard truth.
Yeah.
Do you charge more in labor for a 2-piece wall?
What's a 2-piece wall?
Like Ucara?
Oh yeah, for sure. I've never done a Ucara wall either though.
The Permacon walls?
Yeah.
Whatever, the Lafitte? Is that what it's called, Chad?
Yeah.
What did you rip? Didn't you rip on that or something, Chad? Wasn't that in the past where you were ripping on that product?
No, that was a regular, like a Melville cap or something. It was like a 1/4 inch off. And I slammed him for it all night. You're going to get sued. Fuck off. We're going to sue you. Take that down.
Did you take it down?
I was up there for like 2 or 3 days. I take it down.
So how fast did it take for them to tell you were going to get sued?
2 or 3 days.
Chad, whatever happened to that glue situation?
Well, you were in the truck with me whenever we sorted it out, and I told my fucking workers, take those 4 boxes back to the retailer. They're going to give us 6 fresh ones, and they never did. So I still have those rotten ass 3 boxes of glue sitting in my shop.
What happened?
But you got the 6 cases of glue?
No.
Oh.
We never brought back the old ones. So,
Why? What happened?
Did you ever see the video of my guys? They're shooting glue from like a plunger, but instead of coming out, it like jizzes out in like little squirts. And it was like the glue wasn't coming out properly.
There was like air pockets in the glue, I assume. So it was like It was just shooting out and then stopping and then shooting out and then stopping out of the glue
Yeah.
gun.
I haven't
Or
seen this video, but
Oh,
or it
okay.
would crush the tube.
Uh,
it totally suits your queef of glue.
Yeah. Same sort of deal, but they're like, oh yeah, it's I don't know. What excuse did they give us? It was
a batch issue or something. I
a
don't know. I
bad
can't
batch or
remember.
something like that.
A
Bring it back.
batch issue, bad batching.
Chad
Yeah.
called up the sales guy in the truck on our way home from H&A, and I know the guy pretty well. He's like, "You're on the How to Hardscape podcast."
So so yeah, I don't know. I'm sure the offer still stands. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll take him back next year and get six
Next year.
cases.
This queef of glue.
Yeah. Who's
Oh,
not doing it for us?
I never heard about this. I missed this whole controversy
Oh yeah, there's a video. I'll tag you.
because I was in. Did they threaten to sue you over the video?
No, I didn't say anything wrong.
What did you say? This glue's acting funny?
Uh, no, I I'll find it.
He said this glue is inappropriate. Is this glue is launching inappropriately?
Yeah. What did I say?
He did say that you don't have to take the video down.
I said paying for the glue, the air comes for free.
And he said, "Don't take it down."
No, I didn't tag the company.
Uh,
Yeah, I'll send you the video right now.
he said, "Don't take it down."
That wasn't the first time it happened. It happened on a couple different occasions. Oh yeah, there's the other one.
That's why you use so little glue on those caps.
Yeah, I'll tag in this one too. Here you go. Ah,
It's 10 after 8, Chad. That was
love
your
it.
limit
Love it.
with your headache.
Mm.
So this is the last one before New Year's.
No.
No,
This comes out after New Year's.
this comes out after
New
Congress
Year's.
because we
After
still have
Con-
we have one in the bank
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
How do we have one in the bank?
from our episode from last year because the what dropped this past time was the year in review.
That's it.
Yes.
So there was no second episode.
No, well, there was enough in that year in review for 2 episodes.
So we still have an episode in the bank.
We have an episode in the bank just in case vacation and we can't record or anything like that. It's good
We're
to
at
have
a
one in the bank.
mastermind.
If we're at a mastermind, yeah.
Aren't you traveling during the mastermind, Chad?
Yeah.
Do you think they would let us record things for the podcast at the mastermind, like interviewing people?
Should I bring my
Other?
microphone? Check this out.
Wow.
Oh,
No
yeah.
way.
Oh, we need to bring that to the mastermind. I don't think the people that run the mastermind will react well to if we showed up at the mastermind and didn't take it seriously.
Do you think they would react well if I have a competing product?
I don't know. What do you charge for consultation between 0 and 3 million? Do you charge different between 3 and 6 million? Like, lay it out for us, Mike. What do you charge?
I should say the competing product is the software and not the consultations. I do not do consultations.
Not a coaching thing?
No, I do not do coaching or consultations.
No one asks me, so I don't do it. So I don't think I'd be good at it anyways.
I get asked. I just refer them to other people.
I don't get asked.
Who do you
get asked?
refer them to?
I just ask them like, what are you specifically looking for? Any advice that I can give is like financial based or marketing based. Beyond that, like I'm not the person you should be talking to. So
Why don't you refer them to me and I'll give you a kickback?
I have referred them to you guys. I have referred them to other people that are known to do consultations and coaching in our
Why would you
industry.
refer them to us when we don't do Well,
Well,
maybe Chad does. I don't.
No, I
so it depends on what they ask, and I will give them links to How to Hardscape episodes, and then I will say this is another podcast that you might want to listen to, the Not Our Finest Hour, because it's raw and unfiltered, and you'll get everything that we put out there basically without holding back, such as our what is it, embarrassments or whatever Chad was asking in this episode. And then I'll say like these guys, they if you're looking to get especially into commercial, these are the guys for you. And then I'll continue to ask them and refer them to other people as well.
What percentage of your business was residential this year, Chad?
I don't know. Probably 20 to 30%.
You also have to look at who would be contacting me, right? Based on the content that I put out, it's people just starting out. So they're not typically looking to get into commercial.
I think we're probably 10% this year.
10% residential?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a dream.
I think we did 10%. But that's only because I think we only did 2 residential jobs. But between those 2 jobs, it works out to about 300 grand, and we did 3 million. So I think we
I don't
did
even know our numbers.
like 10%. Sorry?
I don't know how our sales for last year.
Our year end is September.
Mm.
I was happy. We did like 3 million, and that was like our shittiest fucking winter ever last year.
Nice.
Yeah.
So maybe this year we'll do better, or we could potentially do worse. Really a toss-up. Everyone's saying that the leads aren't coming in. Like, it is January between Christmas and New Year's. Is this usually a hot time?
Is this whenever I should start my marketing campaign?
No.
Because people are at home on their phones with nothing else to do because they don't know what fucking time of the day it is.
Spring.
Spring? When's spring? January 1st?
No.
Can we do an episode where you break down, like next week? Can we do an episode where you break down a marketing plan, Mike?
Sure. Yeah.
I want a marketing plan. Like, I'm interested in that myself.
Residential or commercial?
But you can't really, like, commercial, there's no marketing plan. You just have to get the tenders and bid be the lowest. So
yeah.
I'm talking about like laying down a marketing plan.
For sure.
I'm going to follow it to a T and see how it improves my business.
Nice.
I'm super interested in, and that should be the episode. Now you can prepare a marketing plan, Mike.
I have it all ready to go.
You have it.
Yeah. It's on my head. It's
if you're listening to this week, next week, Mike is doing 2 hours on marketing.
You guys obviously haven't listened to the How to Hardscape podcast.
I have, but I learn better when I can see your face.
The only thing I talk about when it's just me on the How to Hardscape podcast is either budgeting.
I don't listen to the
or
episodes
marketing.
when it's just you. I'm just fucking around. I'm just joking. When I see an episode that lists just Mike, I just skip it and go to the next one. I'm just joking. It was too good a setup not to say that. He made such a big point about it's just me. You don't have. I got invited by the Knowledge Tree to Congress.
Oh yeah.
For free tickets?
Got
I
their
still need a
discount code?
ticket.
I need a free ticket to Congress.
Me too. Where do we get those?
Just use the Knowledge Tree discount code. I can send it to you.
Okay. Right. Is it a discount code or is it a free code?
It's always free.
Okay.
Unless I've deleted it. So
The Reading Rainbow discount code.
The Reading Rainbow discount. Oh, God. All right. That's the end of the podcast. Chad's head is sore.
Thank you for watching. Ooh. Yeah, those people run the world. They're so impressive. What a bunch of freaks.